Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode number 2, count 'em 2, of
Baton Pass.
Wow. I'm Marek,
And I'm Devin.
and today we're talking about recent gaming news. There's lots of stuff going on in the gaming sphere.
Just tons of stuff. Actually, it's been a really active news cycle lately. We're blessed with content.
A lot of stuff, yeah.
Well, I guess I'll start off. Let's just get right into it.
Let's just jump right into it.
Let's just
folks.
jump
Come
right
on,
into
come
it.
on.
Yeah, I agree. And the news I wanted to start with is about Evo 2023, which, if you're not familiar, is the fighting game, the biggest fighting game tournament of the year. And there's been a bit of a shakeup, a bit of a revelation,
A bit of a hokey pokey, if you will.
yeah, just a bit of a mix-up.
Yeah.
And the usual lineup of games for Evo. Because normally you have like the usual suspects, right? You have your Street Fighter, your Tekken, your Dragon Ball, you know what I mean? But this year,
Glover.
this year, they added a legacy fighting game as a part of the main lineup of 8 games, and that is Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Which is an absolutely insane development. For those not familiar, Marvel vs. Capcom 2 was absolutely huge like a decade ago when it comes to the fighting game community. And the fact that it is on mainline, the top like 8 games, which means, by the way, this is also new, each of those top mainline games get a $25,000 like prize pool for each of their games.
$25,000.
I know. And
dollars.
that may not sound like a lot to some people, but for the FGC, that is a ton of money. And to have a legacy fighting game like Marvel vs. Capcom 2, having a prize pool that large, it's almost unheard of, if not completely unheard of. So it's just insane, and you love to see it.
I might have to enter, honestly.
Yeah.
So every game has 25k?
All the big 8 games. I couldn't tell you all of them. There's smaller games.
Is
but
Guilty Gear in top 8?
Yes, Guilty Gear Strive is in top.
Put me in, coach.
Yeah.
Put me in.
I say we enter. Why not? I mean, anyone could enter. You just have to win. We could win with blind luck.
That's how I've gone through most of my life thus far. So.
Yeah, it hasn't failed us yet.
Where does Evo even take place?
I actually don't know. My brain is telling me Arizona, but that could be completely
Phoenix,
wrong.
Arizona. We got the tumbleweeds and the.
Yeah.
Is that the tumbleweeds?
I don't. Is it?
That's what it says in the license plate.
Oh,
we're,
is it?
We're the Florida is the Sunshine State. We're the Keystone State. Is that why they're called the Keystone exams?
Yeah, probably.
Wow. So are they called the Sunshine exams then in Florida?
I
That
have
sounds
no
fun.
idea. They don't have exams in Florida. They're banning those.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh. Well,
For another time.
I have to move to Florida.
No. For another time, perhaps in a different context. But yeah, no. About this whole Evo thing, I think it's amazing, and I think they're really pushing the FGC or the fighting game community in a very positive direction by including legacy games. Because not only are you exposing a younger, newer audience to these classic fighting games, you're also giving them a good prize pool, so people are incentivized to go back and play these games that people haven't touched in about a decade or so. So I think it's just an overall good for the FGC, and I only can hope now that moving forward, that more people will be interested in not just like the new flashy big like Street Fighter 6s, or the Tekken 8s of the world, but also these fighting games that paved the way for the new fighting games. And I think it'll just be really cool to watch perhaps some of the old pros go back up there on stage.
Like me.
Yeah, your old Guilty Gear Strive pro, Mark Gafarsky.
I'm an old pro from back in the day. A lot of people, if you look me up, you'll see all my stats.
Mm-hmm.
Like that one tournament we were in at the beginning, at freshman year.
Oh my, yes, the Smash Bros tournament.
Like 14th place. That probably not. Well, how many people were in that?
I thought it was like 50 people. If you got 14th place out of 50, that's pretty good.
You were in like probably top 10, right?
I think I got 9th.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was probably like.
I think we placed similar. We're about as the same skill level.
I was double digit. Well, I guess there's only double and single digits, so it's not saying a lot. But is it? You decide.
I'll decide for you.
Oh.
It's pretty good.
Well, you heard it here, folks. The greatest gamer of all time. Yeah, fighting game community does get kind of swept under the rug by our own community, ironically.
Yeah.
Especially with Nintendo, they put out like a tweet. They were saying like, oh, we're doing like a Smash Bros thingy, but it was for like school esports that they were funding, which is nice. but they're like they're not funding their actual
Yeah,
FGC.
the actual circuit.
I don't know.
Well, they had there was that drama with, was it Panda?
Yeah, they were gonna do it, but then it was really like, oh, this is so exciting. I think they pulled out or something. I don't know.
I think there was some backhanded deals going on with the CEO of Panda Esports or something. I can't remember exactly, but yeah, that really screwed up the potential growth.
Yeah. If they partnered with Koala, then it would have been all right. But Panda,
don't even get me started on the Quokka Esports.
Why are koalas not considered bears? Why are they considered?
What are they? They're marsupials.
Why are they marsupials, not bears?
I would love to be a marsupial.
Because they don't have the qualifications.
Oh, that's where you were going with that? I didn't pick up.
I just thought of that joke right now. If you look that joke up, you won't see anything about it because I just thought of that. It's completely,
I believe you.
Completely brand new, never been told before joke.
No, I 100% believe you.
Speaking of Nintendo, there was a Nintendo Direct recently. They announced some new stuff. We got some updates on old stuff. We got a new Samba de Amigo game. That's pretty cool. You got like a dancing monkey with maracas. Definitely gonna have to check that out. Pikmin 4 comes out
in 4
July, April.
Ooh, is it spring or summer?
I want to say spring. I don't know.
I think if you were to think like thematically, I think spring would make more sense.
Because flowers. Oh, April showers bring me flowers.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
I'm gonna give that April 27 millionth on that. That's the release date. Lock it in.
Yeah.
They have a little funny doggy in there, which looks kind of uncanny,
and
but also really
weird
cute.
plant thing, like the mother bulblax.
Oh, like the weird bulb, the giant bulb orb thing.
Yeah.
That's creepy.
It just gives me the heebie-jeebies.
Yeah, I don't like bugs. You don't like bugs, and I don't like.
I hate bugs.
You don't like bugs, and I don't like needles.
It'll be the. I don't like needles either.
If you see us in public and you want to really just psych us out, get like a bunch of bugs and a bunch of needles.
A needle-shaped bug.
Bug-shaped needle. What's scary? Yeah, what would you rather have?
Would I rather be confronted with a needle-shaped bug or a bug-shaped needle?
I think yeah.
I guess. I don't know. I think a bug-shaped needle would just be a bug with a stinger.
Yeah, I feel like that's less intimidating personally because I wouldn't think, oh, that's a needle.
A needle-shaped bug just looks like a needle.
Just like, oh, it's a bug. But
it's like a stick bug.
Then I'm like, oh, that's a needle. That's a stick bug, dancing stick bug. It's a classic. They got Metroid Prime Remastered, and the thing about that is it's actually $40, not $60.
Yes, that is good. I like that price point.
Every recent Nintendo Remastered, Skyward Sword, Mario Collection,
Kirby Return to Dreamland,
Kirby, all $60. And Kirby just came out like a couple of days ago, so that was even after Prime. It's Prime.
Maybe they just don't have like confidence in their IP.
Yeah, I think.
Do they not think people like Metroid?
Well, it's less popular than everything else.
But
so
I thought Dread did pretty well. Like Metroid Dread, did that not sell well?
It's no Animal Crossing.
That's true.
So it's making it easier to swallow. I don't know if they're only releasing the Primes one by one, or if they're just releasing Prime 1. What is happening with Prime 4?
They're gonna re-release Prime 1 through 3. And then they're gonna do 4.
Yeah.
They're gonna re-release the first 3 games to build up hype or something. I guarantee it.
I'm fine with that as long as they're all 40. But if there's no collection, then I guess they're gonna do one by one. But also, I would not be surprised if Nintendo did not release the other 2 games on the Switch.
They just remastered Metroid Prime 1. It's like, that's enough hype. All right, Metroid Prime 4.
It's so weird. Nintendo and their old games. Speaking of game prices, Zelda.
Oh,
which also you can you have a funny car in there you can build. There's like little goblins and stuff.
Yeah, Zelda nuts and bolts.
Zelda nuts and bolts. 70 United States smackaroos.
That's a little 70 freedom dollars. That's a little much. I think this is probably a prime example of just industry copycat rather than doing this for any legitimate reason. Yep. Nintendo's like, well, Sony and Microsoft are charging $70 for their AAA titles. I mean, people are gonna buy ours for $72, right? I don't know how I feel about that. I feel like Nintendo could really carve out a niche and say like, no, we're gonna stick to 60, just like we did. I mean, video games were how expensive back in the 90s, and they stuck with like there were some like $80 video games.
Yeah, they were cheaper than they are now, but when you adjust for inflation, right?
Yeah,
they were cheaper.
I guess, but it's still like you have to think there was a time when people were going overboard on video game prices, and now Nintendo actually had an opportunity to be like, no, we are the casual market. We like cater to people who just go to game stores and like they pick out their favorite game and they buy it. But no, they decide let's do $70 like we're some serious studio that spends billions on graphics, and they're not that, you know.
At least it's a new game, right?
Yeah.
You know what? Demon's Souls, Last of Us, and Final Fantasy, I think are all 70.
Demon's Souls is 70, really?
I don't know. Last of Us Part 1 remake is definitely
I think
remaster. Excuse me, remaster, which is less justifiable.
Yeah, remastered came out what 2-3 years later.
Yeah, and the thing, it's crazy because you can go back and buy Last of Us on PS3 for $10. Then you can get
the same game,
PS4 remastered, which is also playable on the same console. The brand new one's coming, brand new, quote unquote, for what, $20? So it's not. It's a good remaster. It's like it's.
But
really,
is it
well done, but
$70 good?
No.
Yeah, I agree.
But I honestly, if they're gonna make the big games cheaper or more expensive, make the other games cheaper. You know,
like instead of having like the cheap game price be 40, make the cheap game price 30.
Perhaps.
I don't hate that. But at the same time, like, do you think people are going to buy games more because they're $30 instead of 40? I kind of feel like 40 is a sweet spot where it's like it's cheaper than a flagship, and you know people would buy it. I think the same amount if it's 40, if it was like compared to if it was also 30.
Yeah, no, I agree. I don't mind that. Just Nintendo games never drop in value.
No,
like,
they are always full price.
And there's no Nintendo Selects yet. We're 7 years in on the.
They're probably just not gonna do it.
3DS and Wii, they had.
They might do it when they announce the new console.
Maybe, yeah.
And then be like, well, now we just got to get rid of all this extra stock.
And if that's not backwards compatible, what the heck? They're gonna be starting fresh.
Is Sony the only console to really have like good backwards compatibility? Is Microsoft like Xbox?
No, Xbox is the best because they have the original and 360.
Okay.
I would say Nintendo's second best because they had the 3DS, 3DS and Wii.
Okay.
So you had the really good virtual console in there. You had.
Well, that's not really backwards compatibility. That's more like we're releasing software that plays old games. It's not like this one disc plays on multiple consoles. Kind of how like a GameCube disc could be put into a Wii.
Well, you can put a DS thing into a.
That's true. Speaking more about the virtual console concept, does that really count as backwards compatibility?
I mean, backwards compatibility? I hardly even know where. Nintendo needs to put their old games on the new consoles and stop being dumb about it. It really makes me.
Yeah, they're like teetering it like a carrot on a stick in front of their audience.
And they think that. And these little baby boys, they're gonna buy the expansion pass for what is it? The original online was just 20. Then the expansion pass is what, 40? It's 50, I think.
Yeah, I hope it's not auto upgrading me because I have not looked at my online.
My PS Plus just renewed for $60. So,
I think mine did last month as well.
Yeah, they don't offer you anything. It's
just, I mean, what do you use Nintendo Online for? Besides like getting those NES, now Game Boy games or whatever.
I have not touched that.
Literally nothing.
I use it just so I can sometimes play Smash
Unless the new Zelda has good online. I guess the new Kirby game has okay online. They had the
online Zelda.
I mean, like, well, here's the thing though. Zelda is like their flagship release, and if the one game is going to drive online, like use of online, it's got to be the flagships. And Mario hardly ever does it. I mean, Odyssey didn't really do it.
They had the Balloon World.
Yeah, they had exactly. Yeah, and then Zelda never does it. Kirby did it. The new Kirby game has it with the 100 samurai
Battle Royale samurai game where you like time it correctly, and that's pretty funny.
But these are all just like extra things. They're not like actual cool new gameplay features or mechanics or just game modes that are online. Like, why would you justify? It's like the only reason you buy the online is so you can play old games.
Yeah.
Which is like you're not even using the online feature then. So why not just have the old games sold in a different thing?
Yeah, and it's worse. It's worse than doing it on an emulator somehow. Like I can play an N64 game better on my MacBook 2015 than I can on a Switch, which is weird.
It's really... a little. It's almost like it almost defies logic. You'd think the new Nintendo console could play all the old games better, but they just can't.
Yeah. They have the best back catalog of any company by far.
Yeah.
They only just released Game Boy Advance, and then 64, and they give you like 10 games at first, then like 4 or so games every month, and 3 out of those 4 absolute
garbage,
dog water, doo-doo scraps.
That's such a crazy thing to me, because stuff like Dolphin, and like GameCube and Game Boy emulation, I think is the most robust, the most common. Like, people have been doing that for 10 years now, and now is when Nintendo decides like, oh, the most easily emulated game market, now we should charge people for it. Like, are you kidding me?
And the craziest part is, if they sold individual GameCube Wii games for $10 or $20, they would make so much bank, so much. Like, holy cow.
But I guess it's a lot of extra processing. I mean, I guess would you release it on like a Switch cartridge? Like, how would you? Just digital only?
It would be Virtual Console.
Just digital only.
Yeah. They can do collections too for all the stuff that they wanted to.
So kind of like what they did with the Nintendo. What was it? Not the eShop, but the virtual store. The one for the DS.
There's the eShop.
Was it just the eShop? I thought it had its own.
They had the Virtual Console on. There was like a section of the shop.
I was thinking like their digital only releases on the Nintendo eShop for the DS.
They're bajillionaires. They can do it.
Yeah,
it's not that
true.
I can't.
True.
I just can't with them. What is that?
Well, it's because, Mark, they could make a bajillion more monies, if they didn't make people like them.
I don't know. It's just like they're dangling this little carrot above you. You're like a little Minecraft pig, and you're going.
Yeah. It's a good analogy.
Yeah, I'm like will you be the Minecraft pig or the Minecraft Steve?
I'm what can I say?
Mario Kart DLC. Look at that.
Mario Kart DLC. Yes, we did just look at that. Not like literally 20 minutes ago. We looked at that, and 2 new cups and Birdo.
Burbo. Where's Funky Kong?
They just simply don't like you. That's why they don't release Funky Kong.
They like me.
They don't like you.
I talk to Reggie sometimes. I got him on speed
I'm more of a
dial.
Bowser guy myself.
Yeah, ever since Bowser became president of Nintendo, he has not been in the public at all. Not once.
I think he purposely did not want to be like Reggie.
Know.
I think he purposely wanted to stay a little bit out of public eye.
He's not even in the directs.
I know, yeah, he's not.
Like
he's not doing the in-person stuff either, really.
Because of that virus going around.
Yeah.
Yeah, but these cups we got. I wrote down.
What are the cup names? Do we have the names?
Oh, it was like a. It was apple and boomerang.
The boomerang flower. Was it? Is it apple? Is that really what that is?
It was just an apple. Yeah.
Okay.
It was like yep.
Yeah. So the apple cup, the first one of the 2, 3 Mario Kart Tour maps.
Yikes.
Ooh.
But also DK Summit from Wii, right?
Literally the best possible choice, I think, to add from the Wii games. Besides Maple Treeway, is that in the game? Maple Treeway, I think, would be the only other like really big.
I don't know if they have that.
But yeah, ZK Summit and then 3 tour maps that I don't care about.
If you're not familiar with Mario Kart or games, this is like if I gave you one of those like 4-section plates that you get at lunch, and I put like slop in 3 of the slots, and then Wagyu steak.
Yeah,
in the
A1 Wagyu, like $200.
Gold-plated Salt Bay steak. Jeez.
Yeah, that's actually spot on, man. Yeah, I mean, you had like Mystery Meat Mondays, fill like 3/4 of your plate.
I haven't gotten any of the Mario Kart DLC yet, but
I don't think I have either. I mean, did I get the? I think in the deluxe version they had like Link.
Yeah,
and
that was
that was added in the deluxe.
So that was from the Wii U DLC.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you can plan the tracks online. You just can't. If you don't have the DLC, you cannot plug them offline.
I see.
So
I see. That's not bad. That's
yeah,
not a bad decision.
Same thing with Smash Bros. You can't play as the characters, but you can play on their stages and stuff.
I see.
Against the people.
Yeah.
So
I like that philosophy. I don't hate that. They probably also do that in case like player count is low. You don't want to isolate any players for online. I mean, Mario Kart is such a. I mean, if not, probably the most popular spin-off Mario game. I can't think of anything that would be more popular.
Mario Teaches Typing, probably.
Yeah.
That sold like 3 billion copies. It's like
about 40% of Earth's population had a copy of Mario Teaches Typing.
Yeah, I think Mario Teaches Typing and Hotel Mario. That.
Oh.
I don't know why they don't remake that one.
Yeah, where's the next Legend of Zelda CDI game? Where's the CDI remake?
Oh wait, oh boy, what flavor? That's an ASDF movie, right?
That's ASDF.
That's not Zelda. I can't wait to bomb some Dodongos, he says. Right? That's what he says. He's like, oh, smooching time. Yeah, that's what he says.
No, that's from the TV show. Oh boy, smooching
There's
time.
no Zelda TV show.
It's from the DVD
There's a
set.
Mario
Yes, it is. I saw the commercial for that TV
Dude.
show on my DVD set of the Super Mario Super Show. It was in the pre-menu like advertisements of the Super. I'm right.
There's
And
not-
for those of you at home who know what I'm talking about and have watched the Super Mario Super Show on DVD,
I've watched.
that you got from the bargain bin at Walmart, you know what I'm talking about.
He said what he said. All right.
I
Check-
guess we're
check the
comparing
record.
apples and pears here, you know.
Yeah.
That's not the saying, is it? Apple. What is the saying? What are we comparing?
Apples to boomerangs.
Apples to apples, perhaps.
Apples to boomerangs.
Anyway.
Boomerang Cup. They also revealed Fantasy Life I, not 2, because there was a sequel to Fantasy Life on the phone.
What is Fantasy
Japan
Life?
exclusive. It's like
I'm not familiar.
it's like a little RPG. It's like
Is it the one with the Mii characters?
no.
Not that one?
That's might be the Street Pass thing you're thinking. Oh, that's Miitopia.
Miitopia. Okay.
Which is also really good. And we need Tomodachi Life 2 on the Switch. Switch, please. Please.
I'd play it.
It's like just an RPG little. It's like baby's first RPG.
Okay.
But it's really in depth. And I only played through it once because right after I finished the game, I did a system transfer to a new system, 3DS, like years and years.
Okay.
2014.
Yeah.
And it deleted the save data. So I played it only through it once as a kid, and never again. But it is peak.
Okay.
And
yeah.
I don't know when the sequel drops, but that was the one thing in the direct that I was like, whoa. Duh.
Okay. Do you think it's not done by like some bad third-party studio?
I think it's still level 5, unless.
So it's the same people?
I believe so.
Okay. Yeah, I'll check it out. I haven't heard about or even seen anything about the first one. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not a big RPG guy. There's a couple of
Source.
RPGs. Yeah. There's a couple RPGs I've played, but not. I mean, Final Fantasy 15 was probably like the biggest one
Yeah.
that I played, and I'm hyped for Final Fantasy
That looks
16.
good. I was watching-
By the way, let's
Yes.
talk about that.
I was watching Skill Up's review of that.
Wow, does it look beautiful?
Dude.
It looks so good. I think the new mainline releases that are coming out like this and next year, like what is it, Tekken 8, Street Fighter 6, big FGC games, they look beautiful.
Pikmin
4, I guess. Pikmin 4.
Croc.
I mean, Final Fantasy 16. I'm pretty sure there's even one other one I'm forgetting here.
New
It's-
putt game.
Yeah. New Pajama Sam. But yeah, they all look so good. I don't know
Yeah.
what got into the graphical design team's heads when they were making these new games, but they really got this down to a science now. Because it's not going for the hyper realism.
Yes.
It's going for stylized,
Yup.
but with crisp, well rendered, well thought out and designed graphics that's not going for just look how close to reality we can be.
Yeah, they're finally like understanding, and like Tekken especially has like the good like crunch, like when you hit the attacks,
Yes.
the particles.
Very crunchy.
Brandon, if you're listening, this is for you. The Tekken 8 crunch, dude, I love that. I don't know. I barely played Tekken 7. I can't.
Tekken 7.
Guilty Gear is enough for me.
Yeah,
Have
well,
fun.
yeah. Tekken
Like,
is one of those things where it's like you could probably spend 4 hours learning just the basic moves of a character.
Yeah.
It is so in depth. It's hard for new people to get into, and I get that. Guilty Gear, a little bit easier.
Yeah. At least we'll strive at least, because the other ones are.
Oh yeah, I like X Heart Rev 2. That's like
Yeah.
there's some wonky mechanics thrown in
There's
there.
still characters coming out for the. Maybe they'll announce the rest at Evo.
There's more characters for
Yeah,
Strive.
Wave 2.
Oh.
I think 2 or 3 more. All right, guys, we're back. We had a little bit of an audio mishap.
A bit of a gaff.
A bit of a goof, a gaff, a little bit of a laugh. But what else is new? Fortnite Battle Pass leak for next season, excuse me. I always confused. It's so... I
What's
don't
the
know what it is.
difference between
So
chapter
the
and
chapter is like... So
There's
it's...
3 chapters per season?
Season is the subtitle. Chapter is like...
Oh, so chapter is the big,
Yeah.
and then there's seasons
Doesn't-
within the chapter.
I guess it really could be vice versa, but I almost feel like...
I always think like chapter is
Season-
the
yeah.
segment.
Yeah, like season chapter makes more sense.
Oh, wow.
Epic Games.
Do we have a pitch for you?
We have a big drama.
So what's
but-
going on here? Yeah, I don't know anything about this.
That ends on the 8th, which is International Women's Day. So shout out to ladies, all the ladies.
Shout out to the ladies out there.
all across the world. So glad for that. And they leaked some skins, some original stuff, new shotgun, new pistol. There's like some tube you can slide through. I don't know. I don't really care about that. Actually, I do. I lied.
Yeah, I was gonna say, out of the two of us here, you're the one who
Come on.
cares.
new fish stick skin, hopefully.
I mean, we can
But-
only hope.
They're putting an Aaron from Attack on Titan in there.
Aaron, really?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess they are pretty big on the anime.
I think
they
that's gonna
had
be the level 100.
they had Dragon Ball and My Hero and Naruto.
Indiana Jones, I think that's an anime.
Is that right?
Indiana Jones.
Yeah, my favorite anime, Witcher 3.
Doom Man. Yeah, they really dropped the ball with the Witcher because they just had this alternate style quest released for him, and you can barely tell. It's just like
It's barely. I mean, you probably can only do so much when you license a singular costume. So like they wanted to produce more for it, but because they only had it's like what they did at Smash Bros with Cloud.
True.
Every single like alternate skin with Cloud looks so similar.
That's like Square Enix silliness. I feel like.
But you could argue the same
I
for
don't know. What's the
Code Red?
So, but it's a C.
Oh gosh.
Chum. Pickles. I have no idea.
Yeah, we don't know.
I can't
Excuse
remember.
us, but for whatever. Yeah, it could just be. I mean, what else have they made? Have they made any other like?
They they took some L's with some other like original skins in the colors. So it could just be Epic Games, but it's just like it really is just like Cloud, like you said, where it's just like a little bit darker. You can
the Pac-Man syndrome.
Unless you put them jeez. Unless you put them side by side, you cannot tell.
Yeah.
So hopefully, new funny. I think it'll be better.
Well, I hope it is for your sake. I probably will not play it. Maybe I'll hop on a couple games or two.
And they bring back Rocky Reels.
Just to catch a dub, you know how it is. You know how we are.
Oh, you know how we are. Yeah. Chunker Speedway, Rocky Reels, Tilted Towers, bring them back. The map, they need to grow that.
What was the market? Oh, that was the one
Larry's Market.
I always hot drop. No, it's alliteration. It's the drop zone. Something market.
Monkey Market.
Dude, it's been too long. I don't know. Oh well. Regardless, though, even though I may not be a Fortnite player.
Fortnite.
We can only hope that the next battle pass for the next season or whatever is good. We can only hope.
Chapter 4 season. We need like a Fortnite. What about Fortnite alliteration? Like Mark's Fortnite corner. What is
That's
Fortnite?
No alliteration.
But
there.
yeah, but like help me out here. What starts with F?
Mark's manic. Oh, you want F? I thought you wanted F.
Hello. What are you saying? That's
Fortnite.
I'm not manic.
Funhouse.
Ooh.
Mark's Fortnite Funhouse.
We'll workshop that.
Yeah.
I'm not manic. I'm.
Watch out for episode 3, guys. We'll have that figured out.
I know like another crazy word. I'm not manic. I'm crazy. Little psycho boy. What else we got here? We got Pokemon Direct.
That's right.
The Pokemon Direct, and then we're done. And then we're done.
All right, we'll wrap it up after Pokemon.
And
so
let me tell you, we are gonna wrap it up because they did not reveal nothing.
What was it? What was it? It was the Unite update.
Unite update, Pokemon Cafe remix, trading card, like classic trading cards.
That's right. The re-releasing, was it like Charizard?
The original, like
yeah.
Those, whatever. And then they Pokemon Sleep, which was memes for like, because they revealed that and then they didn't say anything about it for like 2 years.
And the stop motion.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that. It looks.
That
fun.
looks cool.
It looks fun. A little Psyduck. I'm not convinced though because it was just like 2 seconds. But
It's probably only going to be like a 15-minute
check it
long.
out.
I mean, maybe it will be like closer to feature length, but I think it looks cool. I'm a huge fan of stop motion.
Yeah, I just watched My Life as a Zucchini.
That's right. Yeah.
And Fantastic Mr. Fox is also stop motion, right?
So we're batting 2 for 2 on the things we've said here.
I love stop motion.
Yeah, so
Pat and Matt stop motion.
And I think Pokemon is just cutesy enough to really work with stop motion.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of fan stop motion, I don't want to say fan art, fan something. Point is, I think the stop motion style could really work with Pokemon, and I'm excited. I think it'll be cool.
Got the little guys wobbling around like beep, bop, boop, bop.
And did we even talk about the DLC?
Yeah, the Scarlet Violet DLC. Because it was Pokemon Sleep and the DLC. That's all people would talk about. Nothing else. Just that really made me fall asleep. It's like a sleep tracking app, and you have little guys.
Yeah.
It's
like something that only Poke fans that are like hardcore Pokemon fans.
And also if your life is really out of whack, and you're like, in the trailer they were like, oh, this is for like, we want to make people have a reason to get up in the morning. They want to look for it. It's like
it's the Pokemon's answer to depression.
No.
We just need you to wake up, guys.
If they want to solve depression, how about make a good game? Speaking of not good game, Scarlet Violet DLC. It's just the same thing as the Sword and Shield DLC.
What was the first one? Isle of Armor?
Isle of Armor and Crown Tundra. So it's a 2-parter.
So it'll be the same here. I actually did not watch this part of the Nintendo Direct for the Pokemon Direct.
There's no gameplay, girl.
There's nothing.
No gameplay.
No gameplay. Did we learn anything other than Virizion and Suicune?
Oh yeah. You don't know how mad I am about there's Paradox Pokemon. Spoiler. Future and past Pokemon, and there's a future Virizion, which is just a robot Virizion. There was in the game they had this like lore book, the little book, and you had these drawings where it was it was like a drawing, but they were the Swords of Justice and the legendary dogs combined, like not
not separate.
Yeah.
So why didn't they do that?
And because they're dumb. They didn't do it for either of them. Like, wouldn't, and the whole robot thing, it's like, oh, there's like, oh, that was made by a mad scientist.
Maybe they're gonna have them separate and combined.
No.
Am I holding out too much hope?
If anything, they just do separate. But
well, I think it would be too hard to make models. So they're like, let's just reuse old models and slap on future and past.
Suicune kind of like has some uniqueness to it. Brazion is just a robot, which
That
is how all the future paradoxes are.
Well, I think you can do it right.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, there's a couple. For me, the ones that do it right are Iron Bundle and Iron Valiant.
Iron Valiant peak.
Yeah.
It combines the two megas. Oh, come on. Wonderful.
Yeah.
Great.
I think Iron Valiant that one's good. Iron Bundle, I think it's a really good example of not changing the original design, but making it look good.
And it has like a water tank. It has some functionality as a robot.
It's creative. It's good. You can do it. They've limited themselves by restricting them to making stuff look sleek and futuristic.
Yeah.
I think there's a way if they have good enough designing team.
I think they need to look more flawed. Like, it's a robot. They could have like big gashes and openings of
like wires. Yeah.
Or just like, I think just combine two random Pokemon. Like, I don't know, Golbat and Munchlax. Just because there was some mad scientist. That's what they said. It's a mad scientist. I think a crazy scientist is to make like a standard robot.
If I was a crazy scientist and I saw a Munchlax and a Golbat sitting next to each other, I would go full on Bill, and I would just combine them into one thing.
Just put them in the blender.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the Suicune one, it's such, why? What do they have
I
to
haven't
do?
seen it. Yeah.
It's just like a little, what do you call this guy? I'm doing the little like dinosaur. Not a T-Rex. Like a Velociraptor.
Velociraptor.
T-Rex. It looks so weird and dumb. I don't get it.
Okay.
I don't get it.
Okay.
Bad design.
Didn't grow front legs.
And the DLC, same as Sword and Shield. It's a two-parter. The Pokemon look kind of ugly. The legendaries they revealed.
I'm sure. Here's the thing. I am definitely a staunch Pokemon defender. I try to look on the good side. It's hard. But I was a fan. I was a fan of Sword and Shield. I liked Isle of Armor. I didn't really play Crown Tundra.
Yeah.
But I thought what they did with that whole game cycle, it made sense. It was good. It came out, longer after the initial sale of the game, and they made that game last longer than it probably had any right to.
Yeah.
And so you have to give it that, I feel like. And I really, really hope, now that they're trying something new with the sandbox sort of like open world game design, that this will work out and it won't be a financial flop, because they're finally doing something new. And I want Pokemon to succeed because I love the franchise. And please don't make more ugly Pokemon. Stop making ugly Pokemon.
Just make more spin-offs.
Make Pokemon like Garbodor. He's a good Pokemon.
Garbodor is funny.
That's a good Pokemon.
Trubbish, dude. Don't even get me started on Dunsparce.
Yeah.
Dude, Dunsparce, that was...
The Dunsparce.
That's like the one thing. That's the one good thing out of that game. That...
Really? There's more than just that.
And Tandemaus. And Mousehold.
Yeah.
There's three normal types.
And you're forgetting our favorite. The ones that we both had on our team.
Pooper.
Not, I didn't have Wooper on my team.
Oh,
come on. It has a giant hammer.
Oh, I didn't have that one. I didn't have Tinkaton on my team.
You didn't have Tinkaton on your team?
Because I discovered it too late.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought we did. Okay.
Yeah, I was like,
well, Tinkaton is, in my opinion, that is peak Pokemon design. Let's be real. If only it had better stats.
Be real. It's got a funny hammer.
Yeah. Well, I think this is probably a good time to wrap it up.
Wrap it up like a...
Like an Easter basket that someone forgot about.
Like a mummy on Halloween.
Whoa.
What does a mummy say?
There
was the episode of the Mario Super Bros show with the mummy.
Yeah, there was also
you saw that?
There was one.
You've seen all of them. I haven't.
I haven't seen because I was missing a disc. So I was missing the third disc. So I only saw 2/3 of the Super Mario Super Show. But yeah.
Call me Donkey Kong, because we're about to banana slamma out of here.
And I can't think of a better way to end it. So thank you guys so much for listening to
Baton Pass.
Whoa! We will see you guys next week.
Yeah, let us know what you want to see, what you want to hear about. And
yeah, leave a comment. Like, subscribe even.
Yeah, and
please subscribe.
Comment Devin smells like.
No, Marek smells like.
Yeah, well, what do we smell like?
What do we? Yeah, what?
If you have synesthesia, is that what it's called? What do our voices smell like?
We would love to know. We would love to know.
If you don't have synesthesia, send us to your friends with that. And check out ComWCU on the gram, on the Twitter. It'll all be in the description.
Don't forget the comstudent.org blog.
Devin's it'll be up.
I just
posted
my seconds video, so if you have any interest in that, check it out. But yeah, thank you guys so much for listening. I had a blast.
I had a big bang. It's bigger than a blast.
Well, I only wish I could have a bang as big as yours. But thank you guys so much for listening.
Hey. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.